tell us a little bit exactly what does registered agents do?
Well, we help with entity formation. So you were talking about the seminar the other day.
Yes.
Oh, new tax laws. What should I form? S corp, LLC. My company for a reasonable fee, $79 plus a
Oh my
state fee.
gosh.
Yeah, we will
Very
actually
That's very reasonable.
file the required paperwork, form your entity in any state, and you're registered to do business. If you need a resident or registered agent in any state, we can arrange that, and we do that for $99 a year. So before my life with registered agents, I was with a larger company that sold to law firms, big top law firms, and so hence the name Registered Agents Legal Services. But so we deal, and still a lot of my clients are law firms. It costs them less and to use us than maybe have their paralegal spend a couple hours to form an entity
Oh my gosh,
to register. So that's kind of the basics of our company. Like I said, we have a great staff in my office that can help you out. Just call our number and we can get you set up and pretty seamlessly. Some of our great clients are doing business in multiple states. Oh, I'm in Maryland, but I got to register to do business in Maryland, or I got to do business in Pennsylvania, or I need to go to New Jersey or Delaware, and I need to take that company and register to do business in another state. So that's a lot of what we do.
So not only are you working for our attendees and our members, you also work for their clients.
That's right. Mainly, people aren't, I need to form an accounting practice. That's usually not the case. It's, I have a client and they're expanding and they're doing business in another state. I need your help. Or, I had this client and they're running as a sole proprietor and they don't have any legal protection and they really should be incorporated. And so they send them our way, and I do it both ways. Sometimes I get a call from the accountants and they want to help handle it, and then they get the EIN and do all that and present it to your client. Sometimes they tell the client, just go form this LLC here, use these guys, and then once you're all done, I'll take care of doing the taxes and doing the other stuff that needs to be done.
I mean, as a tax professional, Ellen,
It's a wonderful, wonderful service.
that's one little thing off your plate. I mean, even though it's something, but having that kind of thing and having that partnership and able to turn that little piece over, that really
And
helps
to somebody you can know that's
Yeah.
going
Oh,
to do the
yeah,
job
that
and
has
get it
all
done
the
properly.
details.
And you want to have
correctly
somebody,
is really important.
sometimes this is not rocket science. I mean, you could go to the state's office and try to do it yourself, but for our fee and the hassle and the time, you're better off. And did I do it right or did I not? My staff, we're doing it every day in every state all the time, and so we know what's going on.
And every
the
state has,
value.
very different
That's
requirements.
right.
Yeah.
When I
Different
started,
forms
you
and
do
things
in
like
Illinois, and it needed to be in black ink or blue ink, and if you didn't do it right, they reject.
Oh
Little
my
things like that.
Yeah.
So you never know. There's always little quirks. Now we don't give legal advice, but once you know what kind of entity, or if you're not doing anything complicated, we're not attorneys, but we're providing a service to help you out.
It's more sorry. It's a value. It's a huge value.
So that's kind of where we go with it, and our website is inclegal.com, inclegal.com. That really is kind of a brochure. It's not too robust. It's just to let you know we're there, and if you need to make a payment or just learn about our company.
Now, Mike, do they need to talk to you directly, or?
No, not at all.
Okay, great.
Hopefully I don't have to do that. No. A lot of times people will call and I'll refer them over. But I have a great staff, incorporating specialists that will answer the phone. You're not getting a recorder. You're always getting someone you can talk to. You can ask us, how much is this going to cost? We'll tell you. We check the name, make sure it's available, and do a lot of the background stuff.
Oh, wow! Do you think about that?
Yeah, awesome.
We'll check the name, see what you want to do, prepare the forms, make sure it's okay with you. And then submit it, and we usually do it the most efficient way. If it only costs $25 more to have it expedited, we'll usually recommend doing that. Why wait a few weeks? And most of our turnaround time is 5 to 7 business days.
And what number would they be calling, Michael? What is that number?
It's 800-400-6650.
Oh, okay, great.
800-400-6650.
And where are your offices located?
We're just in Wilmington, Delaware. So,
Okay.
But I spend a lot of time in Maryland, obviously, just exhibiting at these shows. I go up to New Jersey and Pennsylvania, kind of day trips. I have a big family, so I just want to stay around the kids so I don't travel too much. But so that's kind of where it is.
Well, I'll tell you, we cannot thank you enough. I'll tell you, we've only heard
Really
great
appreciate
things about your company, and again, your continued support of our society is amazing, and we really, really thank you for our great relationship that we have.
It's great to
Any
be a part of
questions?
it.
Perhaps a silly one from off the camera.
Sure.
When you guys work with tax and accounting practices, and offer this, do you find that most of them do like a markup and offer that as a service that they provide to clients, or how do they position it?
So
to their clients?
we have two different kinds. Some don't want to be involved at all. I remember when I used to exhibit up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the lawyers, and then would go after, you're practicing law, and so they don't want to get involved in it at all. You're trying to help people. But some of the clients will do the work for them, and they'll get their own EIN, and they'll do extra services on top of just forming the company for their client. So in a sense, that's how they might mark it up. They might get us with the initial paperwork and add all that value added onto it as well and charge a client. And sometimes they don't want to have anything involved in it. We always usually offer $20 off the first order for society members.
Okay.
And so we get some that they just refer people over, and after it's done, go to it. So it works a little both ways. We have some that want to encompass it all. They might charge their client one set fee to help organize and do all the legwork instead of having to call us and deal with us. They're doing it for them. So they're kind of charging one fee to their client and then just taking out disbursements for it.
So they don't say, okay, I see.
So they might say, okay, I can help you do this all and get all this EIN, and that will be $500, and then it might only be $250 of all our fees all added up. So
okay. So it's
there can be a benefit if they want to get
Sure,
involved
I
and
mean,
do that.
Want to,
And
right?
if they don't want to
Exactly.
get involved, then we can help them and get it done for them. So
okay, good.
A lot of
Hopefully
cases,
that
I
helps.
choose not to do that. I'll just have them call you.
Yeah, so
Because I don't want to be involved with that process
Yeah.
necessarily.
and sometimes their clients, depending on their clients don't want to have to deal with it or not sure. Oh, my accountant told me to form an LLC. What does that mean? And am I saying the right things? And maybe it's best to have the accountant get it all arranged out for their clients.
Great.
So either way, we'd be glad to talk to you and work it out.
Well, thank you again for joining us this morning, Mike. I really appreciate it.
No, thanks
Yes,
for having
thank
me.
you.
and-
And again,
Appreciate it. Thank
yes,
you.
a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, we're almost finished up for this morning. I just want to bring up what we have coming up.
Please.
And I know Michael will be joining us at some other seminars besides the one here in Ocean City. We do have the seminars, the tax speaker, as I said, the prep and comp in Frederick. We're also on the second day on June the 6th, we're having the Social Security event, which is going to be another really, really good course.
Well attended.
Well attended. And so
If you haven't
this is
registered, I suggest you do.
exactly, this is very, very important.
Mhm.
And for those who are looking very closely at their renewal date for their licensing, we do have an EA ethics class and a Maryland CPA ethics class coming up on June the 7th in Gaithersburg. So if you know that your license is around the corner, both of these designations require to have the ethic requirement. Make sure you take these classes. You want to make sure that you get all the CPE you need to keep your license. So that's very, very important. And so then, I just want to say we have Memorial Day on Monday.
Yes.
I want to say for all the veterans and their families out there that, thank you for your service,
Most
our
definitely.
hearts.